Welcome to DML Discovery Metal Legion. I know it's taken me a while to finally produce another video on this channel, but goddammit, I want this video to be perfect. I want this review to be perfect. And of course, we're reviewing Drudkh's brand new album, All Belong to the Night. You guys should know, Drudkh are a Ukrainian black metal band, playing around with atmospheric black metal, straightforward black metal, progressive black metal as well, and this also includes an album ranking for this fantastic band Drudkh. Drudkh is one of my favorite black metal bands of all time, and I absolutely adore every single album, but of course there are some weak albums, of course there are some strong albums as well. So first of all, we're just checking out All Belong to the Night, and I have checked this album out a few times now, and my God, I was blown away with the stylistic approach Drudkh was providing throughout this album. And yet, in my opinion, it's a very different sounding album by Drudkh, which is absolutely fantastic in my opinion, because I just feel that Drudkh at times can sound a little bit samey, can sound a little bit monotonous at times, but God, that monotonicity, if that's even a word, is still amazing. So there are 4 tracks on this album, and Drudkh have made the longest song to date, I think, which is Till We Become the Haze. So this is a very atmospheric album, playing around with some shimmering guitar work, and the drumming is absolutely fantastic. The production is magnificent as well, and the vocals are, as always, very aggressive in tone. I do love the beautiful acoustic passages along the way, not to mention some nice clean vocals that are utilized on this album, which is quite rare for Drudkh standards, especially All Belong to the Night has some really nice clean vocals, especially through the song The Nocturnal one. Cleaner vocals throughout Windmills, and Till We Become the Haze is an absolute banger. So before I start this review, which I've sort of reviewed it already, pop your favorite songs on All Belong to the Night. Also pop your favorite moments and what are your favorite songs, and let me know what you thought about Drudkh's brand new album All Belong to the Night. In my opinion, this is a little bit of a different approach by Drudkh, because they really do change their stylistic approach on this album with some great guitar work, amazing drumming, and at times some nice folky traditional elements as well. I really enjoy the harsh aggressive vocals throughout the Nocturnal one and the cleaner vocals throughout the conclusion. The drums are fantastic on the Nocturnal one. The vocals are very harsh and aggressive, and not to mention this song runs about 10 minutes and is a great way to kick off this album. This was the first single off All Belong to the Night, and my God, it is an absolute banger. And yeah, there are some great progressive moments on this song, the Nocturnal one, that makes you drift into a different dimension. Just the musical composition, the songwriting on this is very solid. At times there are some repetitive riffs, but Drudkh is so good at being repetitive, and that's why they are one of the best black metal bands of all time. So yeah, the Nocturnal one's fantastic. It really digs deep into your soul. The melodies that really do get stuck in your head. I do enjoy the high-pitched tone of the guitar work on this, and just the overall expansion of this sound. The actual sound on this album is brilliant. It does have a great atmospheric vibe to it, and yeah, the vocals are outstanding on this. Next up is Windmills. Windmills has a very good crescendo on this, and I do love the beautiful synchronizing guitars on this and syncopated riffs that do collide with some pummeling percussion. Percussion's fantastic, tight little drum fills, and not to mention the vocals are again very harsh and aggressive, had that black metal aesthetic tone. Beautiful moments as well, great guitar work, and not to mention a really nice solo on Windmills. We're at about 11 minutes, so this is easily one of their best songs off the album. I feel like this is a lot stronger than the Nocturnal one. Windmills is easily one of my favorite songs off this album, and it holds true to that Drudkh sound, because Drudkh aren't shying away from being different on this album. They certainly are different on this particular song. This reminds me of albums like Blood in Our Wells, The Swan Road, and even The Forgotten Legends has that very atmospheric, strong vibe, which I fucking fell in love with Drudkh. Next up is November. This is the shortest song off the album, and again, this is an absolute banger. The great guitar riffs really enhance the song overall. I do love the percussion as well. He slaps you in the face, like pa pa, slaps you in the face. But yeah, it's great. Hard and energetic at times. And yeah, it's an absolute banger. But I feel like this is like the weakest song off the album, and that's just my brutal, honest opinion. Like, Drudkh doesn't have weak songs. Like the weak songs are like some bands' greatest songs. Like Drudkh are absolutely amazing, and even on this album, their weakest song is probably one of the best black metal songs of the year. So yeah, November is fantastic as well. Till We Become the Haze is next. This song is 15 minutes, and it is an absolute banger. A lot of people will complain that it's quite repetitive. Yeah, go stick a breadstick up your ass. It may be repetitive, but it's absolutely amazing. And just the crescendo and the build-up of the song is terrific as well. And not to mention, I do love the layers of the guitars on this song, Till We Become the Haze. And yeah, it's just a trippy but enjoyable song. It just feels like you're floating at times, because the amount of repetitiveness on this song is just brilliant. Like the repetitive riffs really do get stuck in your head, and at times you just feel like you are floating. That's right, you're just floating into the stratosphere. But overall, what can I say? All Belong to the Night is easily one of the best black metal albums of 2022. There's no doubt. I mean, this rivals Whitewater, this rivals Timo Edgefema, this rivals many other black metal bands that I have absolutely loved this year. How I'm gonna say All Belong to the Night is easily one of the best black metal albums of 2022, and no doubt this is going to be, well, number one for the best metal albums of November 2022, that's for sure, because I love it and I really can't stop playing it as well. And yeah, so 4 songs, 4 absolute bangers for Drudkh, All Belong to the Night. I'm going to give this a solid 90%. Yes, there are a few I would like Drudkh albums to be slightly longer. They really do play around with 45 minutes, but there is one album that shies close to an hour, which is absolutely amazing as well, and I'll talk about it later on when I'm in the ranking. But yeah, good album overall. But yeah, great album overall. Definitely check it out if you like atmospheric black metal. Go check out Drudkh, All Belong to the Night. A lot of people like Metal Meltdown, like Metal Trenches as well, will complain that it's quite repetitive in nature and that it should all get in the bin because of their ideologies. But yeah, great album. If you like atmospheric black metal, you're gonna fucking love this. So yeah, to the haters, stick a breadstick far right up your sphincter and enjoy and embrace Drudkh's godlike black metal. Anyway, as you can see, I'm quite a big fan of Drudkh, but let's get on with this album ranking. So in my opinion, there's not one bad album by Drudkh, but there is my least favorite album. It's none other than Songs of Grief and Solitude. This album I could never get into. This is not black metal per se. This is just all instrumental. This is like a traditional folky Ukrainian style folk metal, you could say. It's not even metal. But yeah, there are some great, there's some great melodies that really do get stuck in your head. This is mainly an acoustic based album. There's nothing much really I can say about it. Is that Songs of Grief and Solitude. When I think of Drudkh, I certainly don't pick this album, that's for sure. But yeah, if I want to throw this album when I'm doing something like driving around in the countryside, I'll probably put this album on, Songs of Grief and Solitude. So yeah, good album overall, but it's their weakest, that's for sure. Next up is They Often See Dreams About the Spring. This album was released in 2018. This is their previous album. This album's good overall, it really is. It's quite atmospheric in tone. I do really enjoy the riffs on this, but at times the melodies don't really get stuck in your head. Like, this is a good album by Drudkh, but I just feel that Drudkh can do a lot better. This is the album that I sort of shy away from. Like, if I want to listen to Drudkh, I don't listen to Often See Dreams About the Spring. I don't know, it must be like the album cover. It's the overall sound, like the productions, in my opinion, isn't as great as the other albums. But yeah, They Often See Dreams About the Spring is a good black metal album, and I would easily pick this album over many other albums out there for black metal. But yeah, They Often See Dreams About the Spring is a good album. Next up is Eternal Turn of the Wheel. This is a great album overall. Now, I love this album. Now, all these albums that I'm now talking about is that I really do enjoy and I actually love. Yeah, good melodies on this. Love the guitar work. Production's quite raw, and I do love the black metal aesthetics on this. The vocals had this harsh and aggressive tone on the borderline of even death metal at times. And yeah, this is great. Great moments. Night Woven on Snow, Winds and Grey. Farewell to Autumn, Sorrowful Birds is an absolute banger. Gods Leave Their Emerald Halls. Oh, how good is that? And Breath of Cold Black Soil is amazing as well. Cycle and the Change of the Seasons, and it's so damn good. Next up is A Handful of Stars. This is a great album overall. Really do enjoy it. Downfall of the Epoch, Towards the Light is an absolute banger. You got that 9-minute song, The Day Will Come. Do really love those aggressive vocals on this. Got a really cool production on that. Love the guitar work, and the musical composition is fantastic. Great songwriting. And yeah, again, it's quite another short album, but there's some great instrumentals on this, like Cold Landscape to kick off the album, along with some cool acoustic moments such as Listening to the Silence. Yeah, this is a really good album. Enjoy the synth work on this as well. There's some nice synth work, nice melodies that do enhance the experience. Yeah, overall, it's a really good album. Next up is Estrangement. Estrangement is another fantastic album, atmospheric black metal, in your face as well, but the vocals are a little bit further within the mix in my opinion. But I do love the keyboard melodies on this, and not to mention the really great drum work, and at times you just feel like you're floating into the heavens listening to this album. This is perfect to walk into a dark forest at night listening to Estrangement. So check it out. Next up is A Furrow Cut Short. This is such a good album, it really is, and I feel like I should put this a little bit higher, but I feel like A Furrow Cut Short is easily one of the best. It's easily one of their best work, and at times there are some great melodies that really do get stuck in your head. Cursed Sons 1 is amazing. Cursed Sons 2, so damn good. To the Epoch of the Unbowed Poets, what an amazing guitar work on that. Dishonor 1, Dishonor 2, really enjoy the solos on this as well. And yeah, this is easily their longest album. It is an absolute banger. Next up is Microcosmos. Microcosmos is fantastic. It really is. I love the instrumental Days That Passed, a beautiful intro that leads on to Distant Cries of Cranes, which is amazing as well. Some really juicy long songs on this album, running about 41 minutes. This was released in 2009, easily one of Drudkh's best work. It does sort of have a, well, dare I say, a cosmic vibe on this album, but it is just so damn good, especially the vocals. Like Everything Unsaid Before is easily one of my favorite songs by Drudkh, and Decadence is amazing as well. Some great songwriting, some great musicality on this. It's just fantastic. Next up is their debut album, which was released in 2003, Forgotten Legends. A lot of people would have this at number 1, I feel, but this is a fucking fantastic album. It's atmospheric black metal, it's brilliant, the melodies are there, it's great progressive black metal as well. It's quite repetitive in tone, but this is the true Drudkh sound in my opinion. Forest and Fires and Gold is an absolute banger, along with Eternal Turn of the Wheel. Interesting how they named this song, and then years on they named the album after this song. So damn good. And even the smell of rain provides this atmospheric vibe. Oh my god, listen to the smell of rain when you're in bed, closing your eyes, you know you're gonna have a good time, good sleep, that's for sure. Yeah, False Storm to start off the album, it is easy. I think it's their longest song. I think this is Drudk's longest song as well, about 16 minutes, but it is an absolute banger. Absolute banger. So yeah, check out Forgotten Legends. Next up is Autumn Aurora. Again, sounding very similar to the other Drudkh albums I've mentioned. Atmospheric black metal, amazing guitar work on this. Shorter songs on this, running about 40 minutes. But you got great songs like Summoning in the Rain, Sun Will, Wind of the Night Forest, just absolute bangers, absolute classics as well. But yeah, Autumn Aurora is another fantastic album, and it's slightly better than the other albums I have mentioned. Okay, so now we go to The Swan Road. I love this album, I really do. I played this album countless times. It is easily my second favorite Drudkh album. I look at Metal Archives and they haven't had some really good reviews. It's close to 76%. In my opinion, it's close to 98%. This is amazing. This album is amazing. The guitar work is amazing. The vocals are amazing, the melodies are amazing, the keyboard playing is amazing as well, and the atmosphere is amazing. Not to mention the lyrics are amazing. Like Glare 1768 is my favorite song by Drudkh, well, one of my favorite songs by Drudkh. The amazing songs like The Price of Freedom, you got beautiful songs like Blood, the aggressive heaviness of Eternal Sun. This is fantastic. This is brilliant. Just the pure emotion the vocals are utilized on this. It is easily their best work. 2005, this was released. It runs about 43 minutes. Go check out The Swan Road. God damn it, there are some beautiful parts on this. Beautiful passages, dancing moments as well, but stays true to that Drudkh sound. God damn it, I did a video with Questy, and god damn it, you can dance to The Swan Road. It's that damn good. Song of Sick Destruction has the most horrific outro you could probably ever hear, on the Drudkh album. It's not heavy, it's just some really beautiful, nice acoustic guitar with some really nice vocals. Song of Sick Destruction, The Swan Road, escalates this album easy. Okay, my favorite Drudkh album of all time is none other than Blood in Our Wells. How can it not be? This album's fantastic, it's brilliant, Fur as a God. Oh, how good is the melodies on this. When the Flame Turns to Ashes is my favorite Drudkh song of all time. The melody, the hidden melody, but you can still hear that hidden melody. Oh, I love the vocals on this. Solitude, Eternity, and even a Ukrainian insurgent army. Oh, how good are those songs. But yeah, Blood in Our Wells is an absolute masterpiece in my opinion. Easily gets 100%. I love it. The melodies are amazing. The vocals are amazing. The guitar work is amazing. The whole thing is absolutely amazing. And yeah, silly me. So I totally forgot All Belong to the Night. How could I totally forget that? All Belong to the Night, when All Belong to the Night would sit somewhere in between A Furrow Cut Short. How could I forget All Belong to the Night, you fucking retard. Anyway, I hope you did enjoy this Drudkh album ranking and the Drudkh review for All Belong to the Night. Let me know in the comments below your favourite Drudkh albums. Let me know what you thought about this brand new Drudkh album as well. Keep the discussion going in the comment section below, and I will see you in the next one.